Hello, 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 my beautiful people. Welcome back. My name is SavageHexes. This is Wizard101, and again, welcome back to. This is going to be part 3 of the Wizard101 One Life Challenge Ice Edition. As always, you can look at the description down below to get a refresher of the rules and a small tidbit of what I will be doing in the video. So today, as you can see from behind me, we're still on Triton Avenue. Today we're going to be finishing off Triton Avenue and then going off to Cyclops Lane. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer video, but that's okay. We're used to that. Um, One tidbit that I will say, I've decided that I am going to leave all sidebar quests um, for a final video. And so what I'll be doing is I will be going through the different boss areas of each world, focusing on that, and then the final episode of each world will be a miscellaneous quest or side quests episode where I go and do all the side quests. The reason I'm going to do it this way is because it will condense the videos, and of course it'll make it easier for you guys if you guys just want to watch the main storyline of each world and me just going through the worlds and doing the main storyline, the main bosses and things like that. It'll be a much faster, more organized video, and then you guys can just skip the miscellaneous video if you prefer, or you can just watch me do all the side quests of each given world at your leisure. But yes, for today we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish off Triton Avenue. We're going to go and do that right now by taking on the Triton Avenue boss. So we're going to go to Galvanast. I can't even say that. I'm not even going to try to say that again. The tower. We're going to go to the tower. We're going to beat up a boss, and we're going to finish off Triton Avenue, and then we're going to go do Cyclops Lane. If you guys are asking why I keep picking up all these flowers and things, mistwood, cattails, etc., it's because those are what are called reagents, and reagents will be used for crafting. Like I said, I will not be crafting anything or making any enhanced weapons, but reagents also sell for a lot of money, which we can use to buy temporary mounts, or eventually, if we save up enough money, buy a permanent mount. So we will be going and fighting the boss. Let's see here. Oh Lord. I don't want to do all that. Okay, so here we are. This is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. As you can see, there's some sigils. Okay, fine. The frog will tell you about it.
Ah! You have been asked to enter a dungeon. To go inside, you will need to stand on that sigil next to the door. Once you activate the sigil, a countdown will start. When the timer runs out, anyone standing on the sigil will go inside the dungeon with you.
Alright. Thank you, Professor Bellstrom, for that invigorating explanation. Yeah, so basically, like the talking frog said, you stand on it, a timer starts. Anybody who's standing on the sigil with you will go into the dungeon with you. In this particular case, it's just one boss, quick and easy, same as the bosses on Unicorn Way. One boss, one battle, you're done. But in other instances, there will be an actual dungeon, multiple bosses, minions or street mobs that will be outside, and etc. etc. As I said in episode 1, I will be doing these mostly alone. That's why I am in a realm that has a lot less people, so that the chances of somebody just randomly running up and joining are minimized. So I will be doing these again mostly by myself. So we'll go ahead and go in. Starts 10 seconds, and then we go and fight the boss.
Another soul to harvest. I knew my little prisoner would draw more to me. Like wait, my dark.
Help!
Okay, alright. Calm down. We're done with this conversation. Okay, so something that I wanted to touch base on. I get to go first. Perfect. Okay, so something that I wanted to touch base on is actual rankings and groupings and classes and things like that. So this rotting fodder is, you would think that he's an undead because he's a corpse, right? Well, he's not. Up here, you'll see that it says his name is Storm. You see the storm symbol. So I will go into this next turn. But essentially, the way it works, very clever. Okay, so if you see under the Harvest Lord's name, you see the Fire School symbol. He is a rank 3 boss, and he's Fire School. So obviously, Ice will do a lot of damage to him because he's from the Fire School. How you determine which school is what, you'll see here this card, the Snow Serpent, has an ice symbol on it. So you match ice to the boss. And it does more damage because he's weak against that school. Now he's going to use Fire Cat on me. And it's not really going to do much because I don't have any weaknesses to that school. He's going to fizzle. Perfect. So now, had I used Fire Cat, which the fire symbol on the, you see the fire symbol on the Fire Cat, on the Harvest Lord, it would do less damage. So a good rule of thumb is if you look at the card and it has a fire symbol, and you look at the boss's name and it has the same symbol, they're from the same school, it does less damage. So we're going to use the Fire Cat on the Rotting Fodder instead. Very nice. Okay, so now, another thing that I want to go into is you see that shield at the feet of the Rotting Fodder? That is a ward spell, a shield spell that's going to prevent me from doing ice damage to him. So I'm going to go, for the sake of explanation, I'm going to go ahead and trigger that so you see what I mean. When we use a Ice Beetle, it's going to trigger that and it's going to be 25% less damage. It still kills him, but I did 25% less damage in that round because of that shield. Okay, so now Harvest Lord, go ahead and use the Ice Trap. I'm going to set up a powerful ice attack. So we do the Ice Trap. He's going to fizzle again, and then we're going to hit him with Snow Serpent again. Plus 30% boosted, and did a lot more damage. Oh, natural attack. This is gonna... Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try and see if I can finish him off without dying. So this should finish him off.
I know what he's talking about. Meet me outside, Wizard. I need your help.
In 1 second.
Ancient Triton.
Alright, so that takes care of that. We got a new treasure card, Fire Shield. So I'll be explaining treasure cards as well. So treasure cards allow you to utilize treasure cards. Okay. Um, that's another thing, another aspect that I wanted to incorporate or talk about. When dueling, I right click on a card and it'll discard the card from my hand. I'm not getting rid of that card, it's just going to the bottom of my deck. So it will not be used again for the duration of that particular battle. So what that essentially means is if you see my starter deck, I have 2 Ice Beetles, 2 Ice Traps, 2 Snow Serpents, 2 Pixies, 2, etc., and then all of these. And you get 1 or 2 of these for the wand, whatever. So when I discard that card, let's say I get rid of a Snow Serpent, I will have another. I could draw another Snow Serpent. So, in the sense of, you see, here are different schools. I don't have any fire spells, but you see ice spells. The card will show up like this in your hand. It will show up as a Snow Serpent. It'll have a blue border, and it has the blue snowflake symbol. Storm cards, again, I don't have any storm cards, but they will show up as purple. Myth will show up as like a blue or like a Myth will show up like this. It'll look like a little blue symbol or yellow symbol. Life is green. Fire is red. Death is black. Balance is like brownish, I believe. And so they will all have the little symbol there. So if I'm fighting a life wizard or a creature that has life, that's from the life school, then I would use a death spell to do more damage. If I were to use a life spell, it would do less damage because they are resistant to that school. The symbol for the card, that leaf for life, will not change. That is the universal symbol. So the bosses will have a leaf under their name. And so a good rule of thumb is to remember, if they have a leaf in the name, they're life, so you have to use death spells. If they have a snowflake in their name, they're ice, you have to use a flame. You have to use fire, and kind of vice versa. Again, there's on the website, you can go on Google and Google the different balances and different skills, or like different, pros and cons. Obviously, fire counters ice, storm counters myth, life counters, life counters death, and then balance is kind of like a universal. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we'll learn this more in the next world, Crocotopia, but if I'm not mistaken, it should be myth that is effective. Again, don't take my word for it. I don't know them off the top of my head, but you can Google it. All of this information is out there. Like I said, this game has been around for 15 years now, so all the information is out there. It's commonplace. But I just wanted to explain that because right now in Wizard City, the resistances don't really matter because some of the bosses only have like 200, 300 health. But when we get into the second or third world, when the bosses start having 700, 800, 1,000 health, knowing which spells to use and what to do and not do will definitely help a lot, especially since I'm not min-maxing the deck. I'm not like removing cards or whatever. I'm just using everything at my disposal. So let us continue. Susie.
I overheard the harvest lord.
So Susie runs off, and I gotta go back to find her later. I'm gonna get more health and more reagents to sell at a later time. So let's go talk to Susie and figure out what it is that she wants to do. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the Harvest Lord is the last boss, but I may be wrong. I think they might tell me to go into the Haunted Cave. So I may have to do that. I think I forgot about the haunted cave. Alright, so I got mana, some more mana, and head back to Susie and her brother. Oh, wait. Did I forget something? Where's Susie at? Oh, the high ledge. Okay.
It's worse than I thought. The Nexus could
You can get to Ravenwood and back quickly by use the Return to Commons button to get back to the Commons, and then head to Ravenwood.
Alright, so we gotta go talk to the talking frog, who's gonna give us a solution to the storm battery going all haywire and threaten to blow up Triton Avenue. And take the rest of the city with it.
Hello, Wizard! What? The Tempest Nexus is going to explode? Oh dear me, we can't have that! Here, take this master key, ring it against the metal of the Nexus 3 times, and the feedback loop should end. Good luck, and move quickly.
If you mark your location, click the recall button to return to your mark.
So again, this is like the owl mentioned. You can come down here to the compass, click on the X without the arrow to mark your current location, and then teleport the X with the arrow to teleport to that location. So I marked my location right in front of Susie before I left, and then I teleported to the Commons. Now we're gonna go back to Triton Avenue, and we should land right in front of Susie. Exactly.
go tell Professor Bellstrom the Tempest Nexus is going to explode.
Yeah.
It's our only hope.
Yeah.
You did it, Wizard. Triton Avenue is saved.
Of course it is.
He's all right. Thank goodness. Take me to him. It'll be good to see him again.
Alright, so now we go back to Arthur and them. Did this... Oh, that's wild. Got all that reagents. And then go talk to this guy.
You rescued all.
Alright, so now they do have different quests. I will be taking the quests, but I will not be doing them right now. They will fall into the miscellaneous video that I was talking about
Now
earlier.
that things are... The cave is across the river at the far end of Triton Avenue. Let's go and...
Alright. So we'll go through that now, and so that takes care of Triton Avenue. Now we go back to Sergeant Mundoon and tell him that we've accomplished the mission on Triton Avenue, and then go over to Cyclops Lane, which is the second of the 3 streets.
Triton Avenue's not going to explode? Well, I should hope not. Sounds like things are getting sorted out. What a relief. Thanks, Wizard.
Oh, good. Professor Drake sent me another assistant. Hurry, this way. We can talk safely over here.
Alright, so there we go. Now we have there you have it. We're in Cyclops Lane. Again, I will be accepting the side quests, but I will not be doing them at this time. I will do them in the miscellaneous video at the end of the world. And I find that this will be a lot easier and make for a shorter video.
Hey there, Wizard.
There. Much better. My fellow student.
Right, so go and defeat some lumbering trolls. So I will be fighting lumbering trolls. I don't know. I'm sure that it'll come up, but let's see if this is where things get a little dicey. No, okay. So we'll go into discarding cards now. So again, I'm going to go ahead and discard this life imp, this imp. Now you have the ability to draw a card or pass. If I pass, that space that I cleared up will add a new card. So we'll go ahead and place this on the lumbering troll. And you will see that my card now has, my hand is full and a new card has been added. Okay, perfect. So because it's a myth creature with that pyramid at the top of the, if you see on top under his name there's a pyramid, that's myth. We're gonna go ahead and try to hit him with storm, which should be the counter, or I'm gonna fizzle. That works too. Okay, ironically he used the same spell on me. Alright, anyway, for the sake of explanation, I'm going to discard the Scarab and I'm going to discard Heartbeat. Or no, I'm going to discard the Dark Sprite. I'll keep the heals on there for now. So that reduced by 2 cards. Next turn, I should get 2 more cards unless I kill him with this spell. I might take him out, actually. Anyway, that did not go as planned. He got knocked out. We're gonna go fight another one and try that again. All right, so we don't need 2 ice traps. I will go ahead and place. So okay, Bloodbat, same school. We don't need it. We're gonna go and remove it. I'll remove the imp. That takes me down 2 cards. Go ahead and put the ice trap on him, and it should give me 2 new cards. The reason that we do this is pretty simple. That was a natural attack. Didn't really do much because he only had 1 pip. Okay. So the reason we discard or we remove cards from our hand and put them at the bottom of our deck is so that we get new cards. So like for example, I discarded the bat, the myth bat, which he has resistance against, and it gave me a frost beetle, which he doesn't have resistance against, so it'll do more damage. Overall, that's the whole plot of why you do that. Another strategy for discarding cards is, as I'm going to show you in the next hand, or you know, next battle, because this troll's about to be unconscious as well. So in the next battle, I'm gonna go ahead and get some more mana. Put my health up to max, and let's go fight one of these trolls. Another strategy and another reason you would want to discard cards is for the sake of drawing a treasure card. So I drew a Banshee, which is a spell that I don't have. We're going to go ahead and use that. It's a 3-pip spell. So again, 3 pips meaning you need 3 of the little orbs to cast it. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and discard this. I'm going to another treasure card. I got the Kraken. We won't be using that, but we're going to go ahead and pass. Now we have 3 pips, and we have access to the Banshee treasure card. Now the Banshee treasure card will do more damage than the standard Banshee spell card from the Death School. So treasure cards will always do more damage than their regular counterparts. That's why they're treasure cards.
Capture as other students were. Now General Achilles let trolls go hungry.
Okay. So we have a lot of hats. I'm going to be equipping this because it gives me a lot more health. Did not realize that I had that. And we will be doing this. Yeah, we'll be doing that because it gives me more health. Okay, so this is another thing that I wanted to point out. This theme is only used from the Myth School. So you see that little pyramid next to this, where it says school only in red? That means it doesn't matter what level I have. Even if I were a level 10, I'm not, but even if I were a level 10, I couldn't use this artifact. That's another aspect of Wizard101 that I find very annoying, is that the loot is not school specific. So I got this theme from defeating a boss or maybe one of the mobs. It was a reward that I got for defeating one of the battles or winning one of the fights, but I can't use it because it doesn't belong to my school. I wish that Wizard101, it's been out for 15 years, I wish that at some point somebody would have implemented a mechanic where I can do school-related only artifacts. Because I have no use for this weapon, or this artifact. So what I would most likely end up doing is I'm going to sell it for gold. Same with, like, what was it? I think there was a hat. Well, we get all kinds. You get necklaces, rings, wands, all things that you can't use, and I just sell all of those. I just get rid of those. Another thing that I want to say is, okay, so the spell deck. If you go to treasure cards, you'll see that I don't have a Banshee treasure card anymore. Each treasure card is one-time use. Now you can purchase treasure cards, and when we get to that part, I will explain how to buy treasure cards. You can buy them from the librarian here in in Wizard City, or you can buy them at specific world shops. Obviously, we're not going to do that right now because we don't have access to them. But yeah.
Never.
You can get to use the return to commons
So
button.
same concept. We're going to go ahead and mark our location. Then we're going to go to the commons. And we're going to go talk to Professor Drake.
Yes, trouble.
Okay. So I find this whole quest line very hilarious because you go to Sirius Drake with a problem, telling him that the trolls that he summoned, the Cyclops and trolls that he summoned, essentially are wreaking havoc on the city streets, instead of actually doing the job that he summoned them for. And in response to you telling him that you need help and advice with his creations and his monsters, he sends you to pick up his laundry. So I think that's hilarious.
Welcome to Darkwood's Apparel. Professor Drake sent you, eh? Which one? The mean one or the evil one? Cyrus? Aye. He's the mean one. The old Death Professor Malastair, oi, that's his brother. Always were a grumpy pair. Can't say I mind there being one less around these days. Anyway, here's the old Grump's package. All his laundry clean, pressed, and folded correctly. No matter what he says.
And now we're gonna go back to Ravenwood. So we go back to Ravenwood and give the grumpy bastard his laundry.
Well, that certainly took you long enough. No doubt Victor folded my robes improperly as well. Why do you continue raving about Cyclops Lane? The situation is well in hand. I sent an army of trolls to ensure as much. The trolls are revolting, you say? Yes, that is a problem, and it must be dealt with harshly. Take this note to Headmaster Ambrose at once.
So he sends you to... You picked up his laundry. You told him that the trolls were revolting. And he tells you to go take this letter to the headmaster. Let's see what the headmaster has to say about the revolting trolls.
I will not expel you. I realize Professor Drake takes particular umbrage at the trolls are revolting joke, but this is simply too far. You mean to say the trolls he sent to Cyclops Lane are revolting in the combative sense? Oh dear, he must remedy this at once. Don't worry, young wizard. Professor Drake may seem callous, but he is not his brother. Impress upon him the severity of the issue, and he will help.
So this is a little like play on words. Oh, we have more quests. So I'm
I want you to
this. I'll take these quests later. Right. So this is a joke that goes over everybody's head a little bit. Revolting. So you told him, oh, the trolls that you summoned are revolting. And we mean in the combative sense. We mean in that they're actually taking up arms and rebelling against the order that he gave. But when we told him that his trolls are revolting, he took it in the offense of that his trolls are disgusting. So that's a joke that goes over a lot of people's heads. And I always get a kick out of it because I always thought that was funny. So now we need to go back to Drake and tell him that the trolls that he summoned are causing mayhem on the streets of Cyclops Lane. So all this is really needless, just back and forth, just because the professor is grumpy.
You're still here? The trolls are rebelling, Captured some students, you say? Nolan behaving bravely? I don't believe you. Although, thinking about it, Wizard City is old and holds many ghosts with strange powers not commonly practiced today. It's not impossible such a spirit may have a way to enthrall my minions, though General Achilles would have neither means nor motive to summon one. What's that? Yes, Malastair would. I heard you met him. Well, he and Achilles are old comrades. Who knows what dark powers he gave the Cyclops? All I can do is guide you. Also, make sure...
If you marked your location, click the recall button to return to your mark.
He did nothing for me. That was a complete waste of time.
Professor Drake said to tell me so.
Alright. Go and get this. Alright. So now we gotta go and fight some Cyclops Legionnaires.
Sweeney.
So, again, myth bosses or myth mobs. We're gonna fight the ugly Cyclops Lane looking things and then kill them and move on to the next one. Alright, that did nothing. So again, I'm discarding spells that I'm not going to use. We'll go ahead, Thunder Snake. It's funny that I go to use this spell and then he uses it against me. And I'm gonna fizzle, no doubt. Well, of course. Every time. Every time. Okay, let's just use the snake, the ice serpent. And the ice beetle. I have resist against that. Very nice. Are you... Oh, you're not defeated. 8 health. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, that takes care of that. On to the next one.
Alright, the students are in the dark cave. We had the trolls deliver them. Because there's nightmares in there. No sane Cyclops can endure.
Okay. Alright, so we gotta go to the dark cave.
You have to get us out of here. Those zombie creatures have the talisman to dispel these bubbles. Get it from them, please.
Okay. Time to fight the rotting fodders to get the talisman to let the students out of the prison. Okay, so this is different because the rotting fodders are thunder-based creatures or storm-based creatures. So we're going to discard the thunder snake and we're going to discard that and we'll use the fire cap. Okay. So with the blood bat. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a boost. It did. Oh, wow. I'm starting to think this game doesn't like me because my opponents have used that spell pretty successfully. They're using storm spells pretty successfully. But every time I try to use them,
the miscreants, but you will all be chow for the Great One, whose gaze enthralls and whose teeth destroy.
Oh, thank you.
Alright. So every time I try to use a storm spell, it fizzles. It crumbles and falls apart and does nothing. So I'm starting to think this game don't like me very much. Right now on to the next one.
I'll get everyone to safety. Find us back by Nolan and we can discuss next steps.
Yes, we can just go ahead and teleport to Cyclops Lane.
Everyone safe? Good. Now, I don't know.
War horns.
Hey!
I gotta go fight war horns now. Not good. She basically asked me to fight war horns as well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take that quest and do it now because it'll... 2 birds with 1 stone. I gotta defeat war horns anyway. So these guys are a slightly tougher breed of myth boss. Let's try my hand again with the thunder snake. Every time. Every time. Jesus. Okay. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. We're gonna use Ghoul because I need to get some HP back. My mana is starting to get low, which is not good either. Hawk 2 on that boy. Alright. So that takes care of that. I need more mana. This mana is no joke. Yeah, the thing is, if I don't have any mana, I will not be able to cast spells, and that would make it very difficult to actually win fights. Let's try this again. Try to end this fight as quickly as possible. Alright, so I'm going to discard that for now. Let's go ahead and use Old Reliable. No, wow, he set that up nicely. Okay. Very good. Very good. Alright, now let's try doing this. Oh, it actually went through this time. Good. 2 down. I gotta go defeat another one. Perfect. Okay. Discard that. Discard that. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, ice trap. You'll start to see that there's like a pattern to the way that I fight. I'm using a level 1 spell that does more damage than typical, and then I start setting up a trap. Once I find an ice blade, I would apply that for even additional damage, and then you use the corresponding spell to inflict damage. And that's a pretty much basic strategy in Wizard101. You first set up a
Get past Colonel Romulus anyway. You're just wasting your time.
So you usually set up a trap, then a blade. The trap does a plus 30% increase, then the blade does another plus 30% increase, and then you hit them with a powerful 2-pip or 3-pip attack, and it will inflict a lot of damage. And that's usually the strategy that I employ. It gets me through most fights pretty easily. And again, with ice having such a high health pool, it really does help to be able to just outlast your opponent and be able to go 2 or 3 rounds before ending up, before finishing. So I guess 20 is as high as it's gonna get with the mana, because I don't see any more mana orbs. So we're gonna have to go talk to Romulus. Well, that's sketchy. Okay. Yeah, mana is very important. You want to watch that mana pool, that blue orb on the bottom left of your screen. You want to watch that closely because, it's very easy to go from one battle to the next, and then realize, oh, I don't have any mana left.
I saw you defeat the Warhorns, wizard, but can you? I hope.
Okay. So, ironically, General Achilles is the leader of, or is the final boss of Cyclops Lane. So, that's it. We're down to the final boss. So we go into the dungeon, do the final boss, and that's it. That's all she wrote.
One of you comes to face me.
Sadly, yours is too keen an intellect to fall for my diabolical cuteness. So instead, sit down, General.
Okay. Diabolical cuteness. You're terrifying. You're the thing of nightmares. All right. So here we go. As you can see, General Achilles has 470 HP. I will be removing this back because we will not be using that. So we're going to go ahead and take the minion out first. They go first, which is not ideal. You're going to hear me say that a lot throughout this playthrough. Not ideal. No, it's definitely not a good thing that they are going first. I'm looking for that snow serpent. In the meantime, I'm going to do this because they're about to do damage on me. Ah, thank God. Okay. Fantastic. That's going to give me back a little bit of HP. Alright, what are we working with? Delete this. Go ahead and do that. Yes, 3 pips. Oh, okay. He still has all his pips though. That makes me nervous because he could do a pretty powerful natural attack that will do a lot of damage and could potentially take me out if I'm not careful. So we will be mindful of that. I'm gonna go ahead and take out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the. Yeah, I'm gonna take out the minion. I was debating there for a second if I wanted to use Ghoul or use the snake. I decided to use the snake instead. Probably not a good choice, but we'll see. Probably should have gone with Ghoul. Because he still has all his pips and it's making me... Oh, I'm dead. That's it. This is... I'm dead. It's over. Oh, it's over. Ooh, okay. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay. 200 HP. Oh Lord. Okay. I need to stop being picky with my spells. I need to take him out immediately. Yeah, I need to stop being picky with my spells. Need to take him out immediately. Take out the boss immediately. Oh, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. That's a natural attack. Yeah. Lordy. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. Okay, so I have to hope that whatever Achilles throws at me next will not kill me. Okay, that's good. That's good. Ooh, that's good. Alright. Heal again. And now, now we recuperate. I'm out of pips, but, I have to pass. I don't have a choice, I have to pass. I'm out of pips. What do you do? Spell. Okay. I want to do this. I'm out of cards too, which is not good. I need to end this fight as soon as possible because I'm out of cards as well. Yeah, I'm out of cards. So I have 4 cards left. And then I'm out of cards. That's not good. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I have to pass for 2 turns. I better finish him off with this, because if I don't... The thing is, it's not going to finish him off. Unless I low roll... Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm so dead. Yep. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, no.
Defeated. You've been brought back to the commons, so you can read. If you were defeated in a dungeon, you can use the red return
Well, that's it. That's a wrap. Oh, that's so unfortunate. But that's it. That's the wrap for me. That's a wrap for our Ice Wizard. I want to talk about what I did wrong in that fight. So Achilles is a very powerful boss. He's a very powerful boss. That's all I can say is he's got a lot of skill and he's a heavy hitter for sure. Um, so yeah, I made the mistake of discarding too many cards or getting rid of too many cards early on. And that was my first mistake. My second mistake was that I did not do enough damage on the minion. I allowed the minion to stay alive for a lot longer than he should have, and the two of them were just flinging spells at me, which ultimately led to me losing a lot of HP and being on the back foot a lot. I had to heal. I had to use my two heals almost instantly, back to back, which cost me a lot of grief. And also, if you saw, I got rid of my heartbeat spell, which I should not have done. That's another mistake that I did. Overall, I made a lot of mistakes in that fight. Early on in the game, you don't want to discard. You don't want to get rid of cards because you don't have a lot of cards to play with. So discarding or getting rid of cards really does hinder you. Also, another thing, I disabled the Frost Beetle and the Dark Sprite that I got from my wand. That didn't help me either. I mean, I don't think that particular, like me disabling these two spells, I don't think in the end would have mattered. I think it's just I threw away a lot of my cards, and I was on the back foot for way too much of that fight. I should have just focused on taking one of them out very quickly, either with 2 pip or 1 pip attacks, and just getting them out of the way as quickly as possible. But unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm true to my word, and so that's it. My character has been defeated. We'll go back to the main menu, and we will be getting rid of Dorian Ice Spear, who made it only to level 8. He made it past Unicorn Way. He made it past Triton Avenue, but he could not defeat Achilles of Cyclops Lane. So, unfortunately, that's an end for Dorian Ice Spear. And that is the end of the Wizard101 One Life Challenge Ice Edition. You guys let me know what you guys want to see next. I could do a raffle. I could do a wheel spin. I can select a different school. But you guys let me know what you guys want me to do and what school you think I should do next. But again, thank you guys for watching. It's unfortunate that it ends here, but again, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you've watched this far and you've enjoyed the challenge thus far, please leave a like. It does help along. It helps a lot. And yeah, leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't. But overall, the most important, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking out with me. And I will see you guys in the next one where we start this challenge all over again from scratch. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.